Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So normally I am in the kitchen showing you guys gluten-free recipes, but today I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a behind the scenes look at our deck garden. Of course, growing your own stuff is gluten-free totally, and we do like to grow a few things on our deck, so I thought I'd give you a quick tour. I'm Jamie with SavorySaver. I share gluten-free recipes, tips, tricks, and resources to make your gluten-free lifestyle easier. So please consider hitting subscribe, and let's get started. Okay guys, so this is the backyard. And one would think we could grow stuff somewhere in the backyard. But between all the shade we get and the deer that like to come through, it's just easier to do it on the deck. So our deck usually stays totally covered in plants all summer long, and the bigger they get, the more that we laugh about stuff on the deck. So to start off with, over here, this is my lovage, and it's used in a lot of Eastern European type dishes. It kind of has a celery similar taste, but I kind of use it like parsley. It's really good in soups. Sometimes I'll take a little bit off and throw it in my salad, but it comes back every year. Super easy to grow where I'm at. I'm in North Carolina. Let's take out this pine tree that's trying to grow. And so that comes back every year in the spring, and it's been in that pot for probably 5 years at this point. Behind that, we have a sweet bell pepper. It's a baby bell, so there'll be the little ones. Tara really likes sweet bell peppers, so we try to grow a sweet bell of some kind every year. This is where the cucumbers will hopefully be. We had plants, and 2 days later, they all died. Not sure what was going on with that. In the middle, there was some dill that also did the same thing. So I did plant some seeds that we'll see how they do. I like to grow lots of herbs if I can. So there's some oregano. Behind that, I have a couple pots of parsley. And behind that, that's actually Thai basil. So if you like Asian food, and you know, Asian food a lot of times is not gluten-free because of the soy sauce in it and some of the other ingredients. But Thai food, there are lots of Thai recipes that are just naturally gluten-free with maybe one or two small swaps that are easy to do. They use a lot of rice noodles. So if you're new to Thai food, definitely search some recipes for Thai food. You may find some stuff you can actually eat. We do lots of peppers because I like to jar jalapenos and spicy peppers. So I've got 4 jalapeno plants, and I've got 4 red chili pepper plants. Up here on the top, these are the seeds I'm starting, hopefully, fingers crossed. I've got dill, parsley, and some chives, and more or less, I'm not great at seeds all the time, so hopefully this will allow me to get some practice with some seed germination. Over here are some green onions. And guys, these keep growing back. So what I would do is I cut off the root end and leave maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch of the white, and I just put it in dirt, and then you get all these. And I just keep cutting them as I need them. So I use that for garnishes to, you know, give a little bit of color to some of my photos for the, you know, for the videos. And if I just need a little bit of green onion, I typically grab it from here. Over here, it's a little bright, but we have some wildflowers starting that Tara planted from seed. They're coming up, and it just took literally probably like 4 days. So we'll see what comes up. I've got a couple sweet basil plants here. I will probably get a couple more. I do like to have basil. And these actually probably need to be pinched off because these little ones in here between, if you can see them or not, those will turn into bigger leaves. So I really need to pinch some off and use it. Over here we have our 2 tomato plants. We have a Super Sweet 100. They are small tomatoes, but it usually produces really well for us. We get a ton of tomatoes, and it's plenty for us for salads. And I actually in the summer use more small ones than full size anyway. And over here, we're trying a black cherry tomato this year, so we will see how it does. It looks a little wilty, but it's probably just because it's in the sun. It usually perks up once the shade hits, and we'll probably give it some water tonight. Over here, I have some German thyme. This is probably the third season of this. It's supposed to come back every year. So we'll see what happens. It's been doing really well, and it probably needs a good pruning to force some growth back in. Back here in the shade, I've got a Japanese maple that I actually picked up from the back of the yard. I have a Japanese maple, and so I pulled up one of the trees and I've got it in some dirt. We're gonna see how it does over the years, or if it dies on me. This is season 2 for this one, so it made it through the winter on the deck, and I did put it in this pot to give it some more room this year. We have our hummingbird feeder over here. We have a couple of them. We get typically all season long we have hummers, and you can see that obviously I need to clean the side of the house, so that's on my hopefully short list to get all that done and get the house clean for the year. So we're off the deck now, and again we planted some cucumbers outside, trying to see how they do with the trellis, and the cucumbers and the dill died. So Tara has some seeds in there that hopefully will pop up in a few days, and hopefully we'll get some here. We have it against the house, of course, because of the deer. So this is my rosemary plant that's been here for probably a good 10 years minimum. It just gets bigger. It's a perennial. You just cut it back as you want herbs, and you probably can give it a really hard pruning so it would force some more growth and bush it back out some. So I use this some. Tara's not a big rosemary fan, so we don't use it as much as I probably would. But there's lots of new tender growth on it. So this is a good plant to have. I'm in North Carolina again, so it makes it through the winter fine in the ground. Over here I have a little bit of mint that I go to once in a while. It comes back every year. It's pretty invasive if it's in the ground, so I just keep it in a pot. This is an actual bay tree. Bay laurel is also called that, but usually you put these in soups, and I actually have a live plant. It started out, it was about 6 inches tall, and now it's huge in a pot. And the only reason I haven't tried to put it in the ground is I think it might die if I do that, just because I'm not sure how it goes winter-wise in the ground. It is too big. It used to be in the house for years in the winter, and now I just leave it outside. And it's pretty protected, having the shed behind it, so it probably doesn't get quite as cold as it would out in the open. Down here I have some more Japanese maples I'm just trying to root. Again, here's the whole garden. As you can see, it takes most of the deck up. We leave a couple little spots open for the dog so he can stare out the back. And of course we have to get to the grill. So guys, that's the garden. I know it's not totally gluten-free related, but you know, they're gluten-free ingredients. It's easy to do herbs. You can pretty much start using them as soon as you plant them. They also often like being plucked back because they'll grow better. So did you like this video? Do you not want these videos? I'd love to hear from you. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.